Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another edition of the Aloha Pools and Spas Deep Dive Podcast. And before we begin, I want to encourage you to thumbs up, like us, subscribe, all the things. If you've got something that you would like to see on the podcast, ask us down below. Come on in, Jamie, join us. Jamie's joining us a little late, but this is the special April Fool's edition. You're going to sit over there, if you don't mind. April Fool's edition for the Deep Dive Podcast. And Brad, tell us what that means. And,
Oh, yeah. And I would love to hear everybody else's comments of great April Fool's jokes. And I have to start off by saying, I'm not much of a prankster, but I was running down the road one day and I was asking this team for money, hey, you did this job done. Is that job done? I need money. And this is in September. And I thought we were on these gigantic group threads with customers, and I don't remember exactly how it all laid out, but I'll let the team here say something to help us all understand the whole group text dynamic that we were in back then. But it's September, and I was thinking, I have an idea. I can get into a fight with these customers. And I'm going to leave it there. I probably shouldn't have said that. But so I wake up April Fool's morning, and I thought, oh no, I remembered the day before, and I kind of set it up with I got early buys tomorrow, and I need all the money I can get or something like that, and then I put a frowny face and a pistol emoji on the thing. So I just did that the night before, and then. April Fool's morning, we all wake up, and anybody want to take off? Oh, by the way, I got Dustin Smith. We call him Dustin Jr. because he was the second Dustin. He's no longer with us. He's the top salesman at the Kubota place, First Choice in Brooklyn, Arkansas, basically the Jonesboro market. And we all miss Dustin, and he's welcome back anytime. And then Renee Beatty Arnold, the number one salesperson in the company, and Chemo, my niece, who is the number one in our hearts. So
she was the number one for 12 years, and then she realized that she wanted life.
Oh, she's exactly. A previous world champion. Yeah. So great people. They all mean a lot to me. And of course, Jamie, who's been on several podcasts, and he came in. This is probably his first year when this happened.
First month.
13 years.
What's that now?
Yeah.
all right.
Yeah. So I wake up on April Fool's morning, and I start seeing the texts go out, and I'm like, oh yeah, I got to do this. And so every time I saw a text go out, so what we would do is it would be a group of 17 to 20 different people. And do y'all remember the salespeople? Were you only on your thread, or were we all on everybody's thread?
No, we were all only on ours. I was only on my thread.
Okay. Yep. And you were all on your own thread.
Oh, yes. And I got my first one.
Okay.
I got the first one. And I freaked out, and I was like, oh my gosh, Brad is arguing with my customer. And I'm like, what in the world? And then you got look, you're going to give me your effing money, or I'm going to pull off your job. And I'm like, oh my gosh. And so I call Chemo, and Chemo's like, oh my gosh, what's wrong with Brad? He's flipping out. He's going off on our customers. And I'm like, he's going off on yours too. And I'm like, get Junior on here. We got to get a call going.
So let me back up, because I want everybody to know kind of how it all set up. When I would see the text go out, I would just call the number that I didn't know on the phone, because I knew it was a customer. And so I would call and say, hi, I'm Brad Cook. I want to see if you would help me to play an April Fool's joke on my team. And every single one of them were all in. So I guess, and Renee's probably was the first one, a nice young lady up in Southern Illinois. Yeah, mm-hmm. And I wish we could have her on. Well, she played it perfectly. And so, I said, let's start off kind of calm and just kind of, I'm going to ask for money, and you just kind of, you can snap back a little bit, but let's just let it slowly escalate, and we can, we can brawl eventually. And so, so I would do little things. And then Chemo's customer called in. I mean, in Clinton, we texted the Clinton, Kentucky customer, and I had to, immediately call him and say, okay, you want to play a prank? And he got a little rogue. So, I had to call him down.
He did get a little rogue.
Yeah. And I don't want
I found some of the text messages.
Yeah, I don't want to miss anything, but I would say something like, on him, I remember I said Lion ? Which Lion is Lion Financial, and they fund as we get progress payments as we go, and so I said Lion ? And he says, what's Lion? And I said, oh, nothing. It's just a finance company. You're obviously paying cash or whatever. And he said, no, I'm not paying anything, obviously playing along. And he said, I'm not paying anything. Go ahead.
You're hurting bad if you're trying to collect the money before your guys even show up this morning.
Right.
That's what my customer said. And I was like, oh, Lord, here we go.
Yeah, and that was he was the guy in Clinton. And then, so at some point, though, he said something about not paying anything until the job was done.
He said, my bank told me that because of coronavirus, it may take 3 to 6 months to get any money. I hope that's not a problem.
So I immediately called construction and said, turn the guy around. And I immediately called that guy. I said, man, you got to come off that. You got to come back and tell me you're going to pay something, because I've got the guys turned around, and then I'll call him right back and get him to turn around and keep coming to you. So I think he turned around and kind of softened that up a little bit and said he would pay. But you got data on that?
He says, I'm kidding, but I do need to see some work before I cut any checks.
Right. I don't remember the rest of the conversation.
There were 2. You did 2 of my customers.
Okay.
So I had it coming from 2 ways. So I'm on there like, oh, yes, sir, of course. We're just sticking to the original payment schedule. And I'm on there like, and Lion Financial, I'm trying to like sugarcoat and like, be so like in between and explain and think that you've lost your freaking mind,
right?
In the meantime, and that he's getting mad and that the whole thing's going to get like stopped. And, then it was just going to blow up. But there was I had 2 going at one time. Right. I don't remember the other one, but I found these texts because I had screenshot some of it. And then, but at the end, I told this guy, you're the second one that, he did this to me today. But anyway, during this time of all these texts, Renee had already called me first. Then Junior called me. And it's COVID. So I'm walking around in my house on the phone, pacing the floor with both of them. Like, what is going on? I guess Brad thinks the world's ending and he's not going to get his money and that everything's shutting down. And we're like, he's out of control. He's lost his mind.
Before you get to Dustin, well, I want to hear that. I just don't want to get ahead of Dustin.
Too far. Okay.
Bring him up too.
Well,
and then
mind you, before we find out Dustin is getting him too, I'm calling Cindy Cook.
Yeah.
I've already called Cindy Cook, and I'm like, Cindy, where's Brad? And she's like, I don't know. And I'm like, what do you mean you don't know? Do you know that he's texting customers? No, she was not.
As a matter
and so that made it even worse because she was like, I don't know what you're talking about. Is it? And I'm like, hold on, Dustin's calling. Something's going on. Brad's flipped his crap. So then we get Dustin on the phone.
And she was
go ahead, Dustin.
And I don't know. And I want Dustin.
What had happened to you?
I want Dustin to go, but it's at some point before let me just go ahead and say this. At some point during this whole process, I called Cindy up because she was on the text thread as well. And I don't know how close she was paying attention, but she was on there as well and I said, what the hell is wrong with these people? And referring to the customers, right? Like because I wasn't starting the fight necessarily. They were kind of, I thought we were just kind of, anyway. So she said, I don't know, honey. And I said, I don't know either. Anyway, so I made sure she was kept at bay, and then enter Dustin's situation.
Do you remember who mine was, Brad?
No, I do not.
It was Pete from Paragould.
Yeah. Oh, was it? Oh, well,
Yes.
gosh. He's
The first text was like, hey, when are you going to do your first check or whatever? And I'm like, this isn't a fiberglass pool, because back then you had to pay when the shell was delivered. I'm like, oh, he thinks it's a fiberglass pool. So I text back, hey, this is a vinyl, whatever. I'm no idea this is fixing to turn into that.
right.
I text back, and the next one's, well, I just know how you are. You like to drag your feet on payment. I'm like, how does he even know this guy? So now I'm questioning, okay, what in the world? And the next one, the customer texts back and it's like, well, I guess somebody woke up on the wrong side of the bed this morning. So now I'm fighting it, trying to figure out, okay, where's Cindy? Where's Cindy? Calling Renee, nobody can get a hold of Cindy. Cindy won't answer. Have no clue what to do at this point. So now I'm just, okay, let's text Brad. Hey, Brad, this isn't a fiberglass. This is a vinyl. No response. Oh, God. That turned into, I'll pay when I'm good and ready to pay. And yeah, and then my last text on that said, Bobby's almost there. Let's all have a great day.
And weren't we trying to call Brad? We were all trying to call Brad, and Brad wouldn't answer the phone.
He
Yeah.
wouldn't.
He would not answer the phone.
So
Yeah.
then we're calling each other. So we're all like, what's wrong with him? What's he gonna do? Like I had no ways crew headed to my job. Junior had Bobby's. Renee, do you remember who you had?
I do not remember who was headed there, but it was in DuQuoin, Illinois. Yeah.
And we're all like, what's wrong with him? What are we, we're all like really, really concerned that he's made all of our customers hate us. And like, it's our fault. And like, we didn't tell him something right, or, we weren't collecting our money as we were supposed to or whatever. So then we all get Cindy on the phone. And we're like, what can we do? And she was like, I don't know what to do with him. We're trying to like have an intervention at this point. It had gotten
Right.
so crazy.
Escalated.
On the text. Yes.
Yes.
Right.
And we had gotten escalated, and, we had escalated each other. And
It had also, that's the point that it also started making its way through other departments, like duck and cover, duck and cover, duck and cover.
I tried to
Because
get,
even in service, there was like a, I think it was Miss May Simpson was
May.
in there,
Yeah.
and she was
Mhm.
very much like, hey, if Brad calls, just give it to me. Like,
I
she
was
already
trying my
made it
best
there.
to pull service into it, and I couldn't get any takers. I couldn't get any customers to buy in. I did my best. I got nothing out of service though. But I mean, I can tell you that driving into the store, I sped in and slammed on my brakes like all this stuff was going on. I played it to the absolute.
Everybody
You
was
really
aware
are
that something
insane.
was going on.
Well, and you didn't, by the time that we had decided to call Matt French to shut your phone down,
Right.
shut your phone down.
we were like, okay, we're going to call the IT guy. The IT guy can shut him down, at least shut off his phone until we can get him calmed down. Like, let's do that. At least lock him out until we can get him calmed down. And so
We
we're calling
were
Matt
taking
French.
over.
Yeah, we then decided we were taking over.
But back up, when we were on there with Cindy is she's a real one. She's like your ride or die, because she's like, I don't know. She's like confused by it, but like, she's still sticking with you. Like, if you are going down in flames, she's going down with you,
I'm telling you, yeah. Well, because when I said what's wrong with these people, she's like, I don't know, and so I didn't.
Yeah.
She didn't come at me at all, but I'd argue that a little bit, Kimo, because she will
I
come
know.
at me and she'll straighten me out,
She
obviously.
usually will. That's why we called her.
And
That's why we
But
called
she
it.
wasn't
For
that
what-
day, so even she thought you'd gone absolutely berserk, I think.
yeah, it was
She
good.
was-
When did you
She
let
was
her
like-
in on it?
It comes around here in a little bit. I don't know what else what their other
Well,
information.
after we
that's
tried to get a hold of
interesting.
Matt French, after we tried to get with Matt, and Matt's like, I don't think I can shut him down. he's like, I might be able to like pause his phone, but I can't really shut him down. And we were like, you've got to shut him down. Like, you have to. Then we all get a message that says, I'm going to have a conference call at like 30 minutes past what we're sitting at right now. And he's like, I want a conference call. Everybody be on there in 30 minutes. And we're all like, oh, thank goodness. Well, at least in 30 minutes, we're going to know what the heck is going on.
I didn't remember that.
It was the longest half hour. And you waited for everybody to get on there.
Yeah.
And
Oh, yeah.
we get on there.
You got anything else about your other customer? I think we didn't give them the respect they deserve, but it might not
No,
have
I
been.
don't remember who it was, but I just know
More
there's
of
two based on my text history. And there's two. There's another one.
Yeah, but it's more of the same.
My poor customer, my poor
No.
customer in DuQuoin is like the
But-
sweetest, nicest, kindest person there is. And she even was like,
Uh,
I feel so bad.
She
She
um
on
she
the
said
phone or something, but
I remember
cutting
I remember the customer, your customer Renee, saying she got on there and replying like, me and my husband are in the medical community and we work our tails off for this and we deserve better, more respect than that, and all this kind of stuff. And she played it up perfectly. And it was so freaking fun watching it all take place. So
my customer,
then what happened?
my customer was somebody that wasn't a jokester at all. That's what was so
Okay.
confusing about mine.
Yeah.
He was a very
Mine too.
no-nonsense human. And
The Clinton guy?
So I never was that.
Yeah. The Clinton guy?
I
The guy
never
from Clinton?
dreamed he was yeah. I never dreamed he was joking because he wasn't a jokester at all.
Well,
So it never
and
occurred to me that any of this could be a joke.
he crossed the line. I mean, I had to
Yeah.
call him. I had to call him back, but
Yeah.
I wasn't gonna let him mess with my day. Actually, it was perfect because I got to turn everybody around and I got everybody on their heels like that. So we get the call. I mean, did we get on the conference call? Anybody want to take that?
Go ahead, Chemo.
She frees up.
She,
I think so.
She may be
Yeah, her
So we all
connection's
get-
a little iffy.
We all get on this conference call and we're all on and we're like, where's he at? Where's he at? Why is he not on here yet? He's the one that called this conference call. Oh my gosh, he's flipped his crap. You know, Matt's finally on the conference call and he's like, calm down. It's okay. And we're like, what's going on? And then Brad's like, he finally clicks in and he's like, is everybody on here? And we're like, yes. And we're all like high strung, freaking out. And he's like, April Fool's Day. And we were like, what? Not funny. Do you know what's going on with our, like, we still had not really got it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You weren't. No.
Oh,
y'all
it
were-
didn't dawn on you.
Y'all were raw.
No,
I mean, it
he
was
said-
you.
He
I couldn't bring you
said,
back.
April Fools.
Yeah.
Something like that.
And I'm just being honest. And we're all still,
Keep it
like
real.
Renee said, we're still in shock. We're not getting what the joke was.
You were. And I guess
Yeah.
how could it be? Because the customers were like, the customers were real.
Yes, the
They
customers were real.
pretty
Yeah, we-
convincing. Yeah.
But we didn't know the customers were helping you do it. That's what I think
Yeah.
we were all.
I know
Ah.
true.
That's
Like, it's
probably,
funny to you about the customers.
Yeah, then we were like, okay,
Very good
can
point.
you call these people and tell them that this is an April Fool's joke because you've done set these people off.
right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
And
they
then
were in
you
on it.
tell us they were all in on it, but we're still in disbelief because,
Yeah.
like, none of our customers we didn't think were those kind of people.
That's
You
right.
picked like the perfect people that we never
Yeah.
would have thought that of.
Pete
Mine just
Kinsella.
made-
We were mad. We
Yeah.
were mad. We
Yeah.
were
God, that
so
was
mad.
We
I
thought
was
about it
relieved.
a long time and never really pulled anything off. So I'm not saying that's out of the question.
I'm, you know what? Everybody's on pins and needles. I am on April Fools now. I'm always rubbernecking. I'm looking all around like thinking somebody's about to pull some
Well-
crap on me. You know.
If you recall, 2 years
Yes.
later,
Yes, I recall.
you were building the Perryville campground pool.
Staying in
And
the
we
RV.
We had Cindy Newman and her husband. We just knew we had them in on it.
Right.
and they were going to come beat on your camper at the middle of the night and be like, somebody has stole the Aloha truck and gone for a joyride. And we had planned this for 2 years. 2 years.
But see, y'all could have given
And
me a
then-
heart attack. Like,
You about
I
gave
must-
us a heart attack.
You
and I busted
gave
my
us a
tail
heart
out
attack.
there for those people, so I think they felt bad about it.
I did. She felt so bad because you had been working on the job, and then
Right.
you call us the next morning and you were like, ha ha, funny, not gonna work. And I was
Right.
like, what? And then she calls and she's like, I just couldn't do it. I couldn't bring myself to do it because he's been working so hard on our job.
Yeah.
And we were like,
yeah,
do you know what he did to us?
right. That's funny. Well, and I
We-
fully expected at some point that, and you know what? I wish I could do it again, but like I know you guys are, everybody's probably watching, and I just don't have any, like that was my one and done. I consider myself a fun guy. I got nothing. So like one and done, I'm out. But I
Well,
want
we're not done. Just know, stay on pins and needles.
got some,
You know,
got
it
some
needs to
making
be
up to do.
like an April Tools Day, April something like Catch Me Off Guard or something like that. Yeah, I dread that. Just don't give me a heart attack, whatever you do. Like tell me the building burned or something like that,
Yeah.
where I could get insurance or something. I don't know. But
Edit that out, please.
yeah, and exactly. So this was quite the self-indulgence because it was a whole lot of fun, and these people mean a lot to me, and I wanted to share it with them. And I also thought that people on April Fool's Day might get a kick out of this, and know that they get to know these guys a little bit better, and get to know us all a little bit better, and reminisce on a really good time in our lives when Dustin was around. And you know, I'm not done really trying to get him to come back.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's who knows. Some, you know, whatever. Some stuff would probably have to align. We'll just table that right there.
Thanks, Dawn.
But
We didn't tell you that we were all going to sell tractors.
no, that would be rude right there. That's funny. Yeah, that would be a good start. That'd be a good one.
I don't know if I can compete with you.
I missed that, Dustin.
I don't know if I can compete with them two standing against me too.
Oh, right. Yeah, no doubt. No doubt. Well, yeah, I anything else that you want to add there before we sign off here?
We're going to sell tractors.
All right. I hate you. All right. Good deal.
Yeah.
I appreciate it. I appreciate the little walk down memory lane there. And Jamie, anything that you
Well, I
can
mean,
add to it?
I think when I first started working here, especially going into service, it's like I don't know, because I've been on here before talking about how starting in service, and I think Dustin is in the same boat that I was.
Oh yeah.
Starting in service is like, holy cow, what have I dropped into? And I'd already looked on social media and seen that Aloha, you know, they do a costume contest, and you know, it seemed like a fun place to work. And it was one of those, this was honestly one of the first times sitting in the service office, because you came in after you'd done the reveal, and everybody was relieved that they hadn't had this chaos.
Right.
It was all fake. That you came in the service office and sat down, and we had heard the rumblings of something really bad is happening right now. Something really bad is happening right now. So just watch what you're doing. Watch what you're doing. And then Brad comes in with this almost grin on his face like that,
Yeah.
and sits down. Did they tell you what happened? And then you kind of let us know, and then it's like, okay, this may be a pretty fun place, regardless of what you deal with. This is a pretty fun place.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. It's fun.
Well, it'll be my first April Fool's here this year. So, but luckily we won't even be in the office. We've got some stuff.
He'll
to
probably
do.
tell me something like this didn't record.
Oh yeah.
Or something, because this happened before. Like we're gonna have to do another take on the.
Hopefully that doesn't happen. That's not going to be a joke. That's happened
Right.
enough with us.
Yeah,
So,
it's been real. Yeah.
but and
Well, I
and
appreciate it, everybody.
I guess speaking of that, if we're good, I'll wrap us up here. We appreciate everyone joining us for a look back on April's Fool's past. There should be 3 ghosts, and
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah, there they are. Right?
yeah, there you go. The ghost of Christmas past and
Yeah.
April's present. Anyway,
There you
all
go.
right. Again, thumbs up, subscribe, all of that stuff. Thank you for joining us for another Aloha Pools and Spas Deep Dive podcast. And Jamie, you wanna say you've seen enough of these? You know what we sign off with?
I can't take that from you. I can't take that. Not
All
that
right,
voice. I
so
can't take it from you.
dive safely.